First day of class outfit. It's about staying warm. You can't be cute all the time. But I think this is pretty nice. What do you think? I don't know. I don't know what shoes to wear, but probably just gonna wear my Uggs. Wait. Oh my god. Dude, my eyes were tearing up all day because I'm so fucking exhausted and tired, and it's brick thick outside. Like in Chicago, I'm telling you, once it goes from 9 degrees to 10 degrees, you're gonna feel the difference. It is going to be a degree warmer, and it's great because this morning we started off with 3 degrees, and now it's 10. So it's not that bad, but like, jeez. Alright, so I'm back from my small distance walk. But I had class today. I had my photography class, which is from 9 to 3, but he let us out early because it's the intro day. My teacher's pretty dope. He's a black photographer. His name is Cecil McDonald. He's from Chicago. And I'm excited. Gee, when I tell you, like, on some real shit, like, I feel like the images that I'm gonna make this semester, like, I'm so just excited for that. I don't mind being in 280, but it just is like, I don't know, I just feel stuck because there's nothing to do. I don't think we have like a library. There's no library. Like, there's no chill spot to sit out other than like the cafeteria. And I was just around too many white people. Like, it was just, ugh. And I was just like, all right, let's just calm down. You know, let's just, it was some real shit. But yeah, I had a good day. I'm super tired. But yeah, this is what I ended up wearing. Let me show you. Nothing too crazy. I ended up wearing this sweater thing that I thrifted. You saw, the 2 people who watched my video, this that I got from Art Sale, and then this other thermal type shirt. I have some sweatpants on. Went commando. I don't have underwear. And some jeans, some DYNY jeans, a belt that I thrifted in New York. And then let's go lower. Okay, so it can't go lower. My waist piece, obviously. Some Doc Martens. Then I have this bracelet that I stole from my mom. This bracelet that I ordered off AliExpress. And then same with the earrings I ordered off AliExpress. This is from AliExpress. And then this I stole from my jobs. Not the one I currently work at, but somewhere else. But yeah, and then Gray's in the background. And yeah, I have to do the dishes. I'm going to, like, most of it is my shit anyways. And then I have to clean my room. Yikes. But, be real and honest. I had to do my laundry, but I'm going to do my laundry on Wednesday, which is also Noel's birthday. So we're going to see Nola. My face is so ashy and dry. Crust. I'm actually obsessed with this show. Shout out Amari for putting me on. Like, so good. And also watching on an illegal website because maybe because I randomly decided let me read. I've been trying to finish reading this book for so freaking long, and I want to do a book review on this and a couple other books, but I would have to finish reading the book first. So let's see how far I get. Currently I'm on page 55, and it's like, what time is it? It's 9:18. So let's see if I really am committed to this, and it's nutrients. Also, I cleaned my room. I was just in bed, but I cleaned my room. The lighting in here is a vibe, but the camera does not respect it. So what do you do? But yeah, You shouldn't worry about my closet though, because yeah, I got distracted and started looking at straps. Just being honest, and they're a lot cheaper than I thought, which I don't know why I don't have one already, but we're inching closer to me owning one. So, keep you updated. I just made it to my fibers class pretty early. This is the fiber studio. It goes like further down, but here we are. I already my hair's a mess. That's what I look like. I got the Uggies on, so worn out. But I made this scarf with the machine. I love my hair looking like this though. I don't know what else it would look like. Hi people, welcome back into the vlog. But today is Wednesday. Happy birthday, Anola. I'm gonna see you later tonight. I'm excited. But today I had my art history. It's called design course. At first I was doing queer and alternative lives or something like that, but it was an art history for freshmen or like first year or first time taking art history, just like an intro, not an intro class, but like first level class. And I'm a third year and I've already taken first level and second level art history. So and actually the class I was in for the queer alternative lives, I had taken the teacher Chris Reeves my last semester for, or like not, maybe not last semester, but last year for art history and performance. And so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to take that class. But as I was sitting in a lecture hall, I realized that it was not the appropriate art history for me. So I was looking at art histories on our website of classes, and I found one. It was called Design Discourse, and it was during the time that this class was taking place. So I went up actually, because it was on the ninth floor and I was on the third. I asked the professor if I could just like pop in because I just enrolled in the class, and he was like, yeah, okay. So I was like, okay, let me go grab my stuff. I went back down to grab my stuff and let my professor know that, like, you know, I can't take the class because whatever. And he was like, it's okay, like I remember you, da 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 da. So I just left, and I was like 30 minutes late, but I think he was just going over the syllabus. This is the new class, the design course. He was just going over the syllabus. Anyways, we started talking about design and Fox and I forget, because I don't be taking notes, but I'm gonna take notes in this class and every class is this semester, because why not? But also, anyways, just started talking, and it rose a question in my brain about like, oh, because we're talking about whatever. It rose a question about diamonds and like things like that. And I remember like my video I made about marriage, and my sister commented about like about how artificial diamonds are more ethical for the society and things like that. And I was just adamant, like, you know what? I want the real diamonds because of the lore. And I was saying how like I don't really mind if the diamond is repurposed, because I don't need the whole process, the new process. But anyways, I brought the question about like, you know, the diamonds, like blood diamonds, and because we're talking about design, and I'm like, so what about, you know, when does the government come into play when it comes to what we are creating, and why we shouldn't, or why we should create these things because of where we're sourcing the materials from. And anyways, he basically said how like the diamond, he answered my question, but then he also said how like if essentially like because of the economy, like it doesn't matter, like artificially grown diamonds are going to be just as valuable as, if not so, as like real grown diamonds. And also it's more ethical because there's no mining process, it's just grown. And also it's like at the end of the day, diamonds don't have any real beneficial factors in our lives. And he was basically saying, this nigga finna piss me off. He was basically saying how when it comes to design, like, it doesn't matter. We're basically selling, like, he was basically saying how, like, he said a lot of shit clearly, but mostly just like, how do we, like, oh, he was saying how, like, most of the time, like when they think about Chanel, and Chanel was like, post, I will literally kick you out of this room. I don't know. He said a lot of shit, so it's kind of hard for me to reiterate what he was talking about, but he was just basically saying how, like, um no, I was gonna say Chanel. Oh, how people sell. At the end of the day, people are designs are symbolism, or like are like, yeah, they symbolize like intellects and like what we are actually thinking, and like they're more so about the idea of something instead of the actuality of it. And like, we think about how people dress and stuff like that, and like the name brands, and how it doesn't matter. Like, it's just more so associated with the person's name, and how everyone can make a shirt, but because this person is more well known, obviously the person who's more well known is going to make more of a market than someone who's underground. And it's basically like a name game type of thing. And how we can kind of live in a world where we can make designs, but we don't actually have to actualize them, because there's nothing necessarily new that we would be making that wouldn't would need to be actualized. And also, it made me think about why I personally did not want to take like a fashion design class, because I was just like, yeah, we're gonna sit here and make all these fucking, I'm gonna make 100 sketches, but what, like, when are you gonna teach me how to make this shit? And like, also, I already have 150 sketches on my own. Like, who's gonna actually teach me how to construct this shit? Also, he talked about the distance between the file and factory, like the designer and the actual work of it takes to actually make this shit. And it reminds me of that video of that one guy who gave that black guy in the blue jumpsuit the chocolate to taste, because obviously there's a lot of African people that are making I don't know which locations, don't sue me, that are making like food that we eat in the West, or just like, let's just say chocolate, right? And how they might not even ever get to taste it. Or we think about the people that are mining for Apple's phone, or just any phone that we have, and what kind of cellular devices are they using. And it's just the idea of like, we can design all these fuck ass shit and have other people make this shit, but then they will never really touch the shit that we designed, and they have no ways of communicating with us because they're just following a blueprint, and we have no ways of communicating with them because we're just making the blueprint. And so there's this disconnect between the design and the actual making of the work. And we think of like fashion houses, this is my point of view, we think of like fashion houses and how there's a lot of other people, like there's the leading designer, who the creative director, who comes into the house, but it's like there's people that are in the house that are going to stay in the house because this fucker doesn't know what to do if the water stops working, or what to do when the fucking shower runs cold, because like he's just designing the fucking curtains and he doesn't even know how to put this shit together, and it doesn't matter because his work is the design and just shit like that. So I think I'm really gonna enjoy this class, and it's gonna teach me and debunk, like, I think all of the thoughts that I would rather hear from someone like him, or just like hear from my instructors, because I feel like then it holds more weight for me to be like processing and thinking about these things on my own, and then also putting those thoughts into my practice. And it just reads different hearing from someone who's in like an instructor than like, I mean, I'm sure my sister was correct, obviously she's very smart, but to me, I'm just like, I just need to hear from other people, because sometimes I feel like whenever I hear stuff from my sister, like it just feels like, okay, like she knows it all, cool, like whatever. But I don't know. I don't know. But that was a segue. But it's so funny how this kind of looped back into that. And yeah, I don't really remember exactly what my question was, but it was something along those lines. But so yeah. We love having cool teachers. This is for my class that I had yesterday. My knitworks class. We are supposed to knit a square, and I knew how to knit, I forgot how to knit, and now I'm relearning. So yeah, this is where I'm at. But yeah, this is what it's looking like so far. This is where my head is at. I still have 2 more classes, so let's see what happens. I need to do my laundry, but I'm gonna eat first. And I don't even know what she's saying because she's foreign. Is she foreign? Fit. Okay, put it good then. Oh, I got this champion hoodie I thrifted from New York at El Vintage. I got these Abercrombie and Fitch pants, extra large, that I also thrifted from New York. Underneath it, you know, and already under that I got the Nike red sweatpants, and then we got the Oxford Uggs, just, you know. And on the hat we got the, but we have it backwards because, you know, we don't really, this is no promo, maybe. Like the way she for. I just look good. Here's the fit. You know, some Doc Martens, purple pants, dress as a shirt, and the docs. Today, I don't know what's up with me in classes this semester, but already. So today I walked into a different class I was supposed to be in, but the professor, he was hot. He was hot. So I was sad. No, but I was like looking at her and I was like, oh, this does not feel like the class I'm supposed to be in. So I checked the email that my professor actually sent, and it was like a class over. But I decided to do my makeup today, which I'm so happy I did. This is what we got. And I saw Rob today. I saw Nyla. Just love seeing my friends. It just put me in such a good mood. And like, I live with the Nyla, but like still seeing her and also seeing that she also did her makeup was like, we are on the same wavelength. No, but this is the last day of class for me because tomorrow my professor was like, if no one shows up because of the protest against ICE, it's fine. You don't gotta tell me twice. So me staying home is my protest. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I got some pre-rolls today because I was feeling it. But yeah, anyways, thank you for watching this immensely long video. I hope you enjoyed seeing me just get myself together. I don't really know. I just end up talking most of the time, but hopefully you enjoyed that and you like, comment, and subscribe, and you suggest whatever else you want to see from me. But because the semester is just starting, there is more, you know, content around this school idea and whatever I'm learning that you will be seeing from me, and live content whenever we go out and we do fun stuff. I'll try to vlog that for you guys. But yeah, thank you guys for looking at me and seeing me for who I am, and I appreciate it, and sending love and kindness and warmth your way. I've never done an outro so explicit before, but yeah.